Assalamu alaikum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Rabbana la tu'akhidhna in nasina aw akhtana. Rabbana wa la tahmil alayna isran kama hamaltahu ala alladhina min qablina. Rabbana wa la tuhammilna ma la taqata lana bih. Wa'fu anna waghfir lana warhamna anta maulana fansurna ala al-qawmil kafirin. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Welcome, dear friends. We will continue with our discussion about the prophetic ascension and how we can also benefit from his example to make our own lives meaningful by also making our personal individual ascension as well, which is like the mirage, it's known as that. So last time we said we were in this principle which discussed the wisdom and purpose of the ascension, right? And we kind of discussed the essence of the ascension is not something that can be known through the human mind, cannot be comprehended. So we said the essence of anything, basically, the reality of any existence, we don't know, but we can make sense and conclude about it, that definitely it must be so. And also we talked about the ascension being the link through traversing all parts of the universe to connect it to the source of origin, to the source of unity, whoever is bringing the whole universe into existence. All right, so we will continue reading from the next paragraph, inshallah. So, moreover, according to the testimony of his works, the maker of the world possesses infinite beauty and perfection. So when we look at the work, we see that there must be a maker, an artist behind that work, right? So the work forms the testimony for us, for conscious beings. So according to the testimony, so anything that conscious beings notice in the universe points that there must be a maker, so the work has to be seen. The maker of the world possesses infinite beauty and perfection. So we can come to the conclusion based on looking at the work. Yeah, whoever made it possesses infinite beauty and perfection. The two of them, so those qualities, both beauty and perfection, are loved for themselves. Right? So we usually love things not for the physical material things themselves, but for the qualities that they have. For example, the love of the mother is not for the flesh or the bones or of the mother, but what she represents as a mother. Right? So beauty and perfection are loved. The qualities are what we are actually in love with. Since this is so, his infinite love is manifested in many different ways in his works of art. His infinite love is manifested in many different ways in his works of art. Right? So works of art. So everything, if you look at the in the universe and observe the things, they are all can be seen as art pieces. Just like you look at a painting or you look at a sculpture or anything that human beings kind of express their artistic abilities on. So whoever made the universe, whoever's made the tree, the birds, they are all each a work of art, manifesting many qualities, and it is out of his infinite love that those things are existing, especially for you to get attention to it, so that human beings pay attention to them, so everyone can say, this piece of art is specially made for me. So he loves his work of art because he sees his beauty and perfection within them. So this phrase basically loving the beauties, for example, the perfections within the art, right? So whoever made them is making, we can conclude that it's made out of his love. And because he loves it, that's why they're given existence or they're being presented to me. So whoever is possessing all those qualities of beauty and perfection must own those qualities. And any thoughts on how to understand this phrase? Basically, from God's perspective that has been mentioned here, that he loves his works of art, apparently from God's perspective, but I have to take it from my perspective, right? Because I live in this world and I experience the beauty and perfection in the things, and then I can conclude, yeah, that whoever made this made it out of love for me, for these things to exist. Brother Ali, go ahead.
This sentence, as you emphasized, and asked what it means, and the following some other subjects needs to be understood from our perspective, not from God's perspective. Because we cannot speculate from God's perspective. We keep repeating this principle. So thinking that, oh, Allah loves his art, this is not the way of speaking or thinking, reflecting. But the universe speaks to me. Universe is created in such a way that I can communicate with it. My spirit makes sense to me, my feelings, my human capacity makes sense to me, and I utilize it. I don't know what it is. I don't say, I don't know what it is. I understand what it means. For I have the feeling, I practice it, I enjoy it, I learn my consciousness, which is called not consciousness only, but human side through consciousness realizes when human side of me, not body side of me, which is called human side, is called spirit, human ruh, human ruh, spirit recognizes it. All my feelings. I am aware that I have this feeling, I have that feeling. I am aware that I am aware. That is how human beings are so wonderful creatures. And also in the speech of my creator, the Quran must speak to me in a way that I can understand. Now, let's apply this principle with this sentence now. I, using my own given abilities, if I see that an artist, for example, is carefully paying attention to the details, very, very shades of the details, and makes it, isn't it obvious for me that this artist really loves his work? What does it mean? Loves doing this art, making this art. I understand this. Now coming back to the universe and looking at the universe and every being in the universe, every single being is created in such a details, nothing lacks perfection. I say the artist of this universe must really love his art. This is my conclusion. I should understand that the universe is created by someone in such a way that I should understand him as as the one who loves his art. That is how we should understand, we should approach, and we should conclude about the creator of the universe. The creator of the universe is what we understand from the way the universe is created. We don't know his essence, but we are absolutely sure his existence. That is just previously we mentioned. We don't know his mahiya, essence, but we are absolutely sure his existence. I think we read this sentence before. No, yeah. This one answer. The essence, the reality of ghaib, anything ghaib, human thought cannot comprehend it, but ghaib, yeah. Ascension is one of them. But believe in ghaib, Allah, ghaib, akhirah, next creation, ghaib, angels, ghaib, revelation, ghaib. God is speaking, I haven't seen it. And also the ascension is ghaib. So we have to thought that there was a sentence somewhere, not knowing the essence of something doesn't mean that, through indications, we know their existence. Yes, exactly. Their existence may be made known through certain indications. This sentence is there. That is why we should understand. I understand the universe and see which kind of qualities are manifested there. Absolute power needs. Now, absolute knowledge is needed to explain the existence of universe. And also, let's come to our subject now. And also, very detailed in the creation needs what? love of his artist. He really loves it. That's how we should understand. That's how I understand actually. He loves his works of art as a result of my conclusion of looking at the universe and understanding that or concluding that the one who made it must love it. Thank you.
Thank you. So, yes, so we usually kind of look at the sun or the birds and just go past by it without realizing they are pieces of art, work of art that you need to discover what they are representing. So these are like the indications, the signs, but we fail to do that usually. So we need to work on ourselves in that sense, definitely to pay more attention and using our experiences and trying to understand what these work of arts represent. Yeah, don't take them simply and pass them by, but see them as you would go to a museum and look at an art for hours, but the creation, we just say, oh, it's ordinary maybe.
And if I may add, this expounding of that sentence we just did for ourselves right now, in terms of the one who brought, or the one who's bringing creation into existence must be a one that really loves its creation in terms of the art that it is manifesting. So with this understanding or a conclusion, if I were to apply it to myself as a created being, human being, this brings lots of comfort as far as understanding also this notion of being loved by a one that gives you existence. So no matter what situation we are in, no matter what state of mind we are experiencing at a given moment, it's very comforting to know that the one who brings art into creation is peculiar with the details. Hence, we're being polished or we're being rubbed on for a better version of ourselves. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, thank you for sharing that. Any other thoughts or comments? Okay, so we'll continue. The most lovable and elevated among the works of art are animate beings. The most lovable and elevated among animate beings are conscious beings. And by reason of their comprehensiveness, conscious beings and their human qualities and comprehensiveness, the most lovable among conscious beings are to be found among human beings. The most lovable individual among human beings is the one who has most fully developed his potentiality and displayed the samples within it of the perfections manifested in all creatures and spread among them. Okay, pretty long sentence, which I think has a lot of meaning. So the most lovable individual among human beings is the one who has fully developed his human potentialities and makes use of them by displaying the samples within it. So showing that those human qualities, developing them into perfect qualities to recognize and see the universe, and all creatures. And all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all creatures, and all Thus, in order to see at one point and in one mirror all the varieties of his love, spread through all creatures, and to display through the mystery of his oneness all the varieties of his beauty, the maker of beings will take a person who is at the degree of being a luminous fruit of the tree of creation, and whose heart is like a seed containing the essential truths of that tree, and one who will demonstrate the belovedness of that individual who represents the universe through an ascension that is like a thread linking the seed, which is the origin, with the fruit, which is the end. He will draw him to his presence and honor him with the beauty of the vision of himself. And in order to cause him to spread that sacred state to others, he will favor him with his word and entrust him with his decree. So this paragraph is using analogies a little bit about the tree, on how the ascension takes place, or behind what the ascension involves in a way. So whoever is looking for meaning, whoever is developing his potentialities and has perfected them, and has reached the degree of being a luminous fruit of the tree of creation, so just like the fruit of that is resulted on a physical tree is the end result, basically the most perfect thing that is coming out, starting from the different stages of the tree. So human beings can become the luminous fruit as well. But here I think it's indicating the ascension of the one representing all humankind, the whole universe, as it says, not just all humankind, but one who represents the whole universe. And whose heart, basically his whole human qualities, are developed, like the potentialities are developed into perfect human abilities to understand the creation, the purpose of living. And so that is what constitutes an ascension, which is like linking the seed, so going through the seed to the origin and with the fruit, which is the end. And then to spread it out to other conscious beings, basically. So he gets favored, the prophet being that representative, gets favored with his word, so with revelation, and then entrust God's message to others. Anything anybody would like to share? Fariha, go ahead.
Interesting mention of the analogy of how ascension can be perceived from the seed, which may seem like a starting point, to the fruit, like an end result. But again, from my perception of how I experience the universe, And so what the author here is describing about ascension is, at first, I was thinking of ascension being, like a stages that one journeys here in order to connect with the source of their existence. So connecting this back to yesterday's discussion about the different paths of attaining to the reality of the purpose of my existence here, where the last stage we talked about yesterday about the path of prophethood, where everything becomes a translucent particle and it's radiant. So that's pretty much a path that should lead you to ascension, where the way I understand here, ascension is being mentioned like a glimpse, like, if you blink your eye, you should be able to witness an absolute source. In terms of the path of prophethood, teaches you to be in direct communication with the source of your existence. And also, ultimately, this should lead to, if you do your homework and exercise as well, this could lead to an ascension which has been experienced by a human being who has exhausted his human potentialities, which we refer to as the prophet. Peace and blessings be upon him. That's just how I understood it. In terms of, you highlighted that part, the seed with the fruit, where you don't see like a time frame between the seed to the fruit. You just see everything happening at once. I'm not sure, just wanting to share what struck my attention here.
Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else who would like to share something? All right. Let's continue further to see how the author kind of expands on this. In order to look at this exalted wisdom, we shall observe it through the telescope of two comparisons. First comparison. As is explained in detail in the story comparison in the 11th word, there was an illustrious king who had vast treasuries, and in those treasuries many varieties of jewels were to be found. He had much skill in strange crafts, comprehensive knowledge of innumerable curious arts, and erudition and learning in numberless wondrous sciences. In accordance with the mystery that every possessor of beauty and perfection wants both to see and display his beauty and perfection. So, mystery is that every possessor of beauty wants both to see and display his beauty and perfection. Of course, that skillful king wished to open an exhibition and to set up displays within it in order to reveal to the people the splendor of his sovereignty, so they might gaze on it, and to manifest both the glitter of his wealth and the wonders of his art and the marvels of his knowledge. In this way, he might observe his own transcendent beauty and perfection in two respects. The first was so that he himself might see with his own eyes, which were cognizant of reality, while the other was so that he might look through the gazes of others. So seeing with his own eyes is one, and the other is look through the gazes of others. So Muawiyah, you have your hand up, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, how you doing?
Wa alaikum salam, alhamdulillah.
So I had a question about this. For example, like if the people here already recognize him as king, they already know that he has large amounts of wealth and power. Why do they need to witness it with their own eyes? And the second thing is that the king himself knows better than the people how much wealth, power, and ability he has. So why is the author saying that he needs to look at his own wealth through the gaze of others? Like, why is that a necessary thing?
All right, thank you. Brother Ali, go ahead, please.
This question is asked for everyone who read this text first, or his writing, Nursi's writings first. They ask this question, and of course, Muawi also asks. It doesn't mean that it is, since everybody asks, so it is not important. It was really very important. That is why I said, here we come again with the same question. Yes. Now, shall we go up to where we said every possessor of, in the same paragraph, in the middle of it, every possessor of beauty and perfection wants both to see and display his beauty and perfection. Got it. Yeah. Now we can highlight, and that's what we have to remember. And I thank Muawiyah to ask this question, because this is very human to ask this question. Every careful person, it means Muawiyah is listening really the discussion carefully. So every person who reads carefully, of course, faces this question. Wants to see and display his beauty, both wants and display, want and display, sorry, want and display. Now we are reading Ascension, Miraj. So if you don't see it, if you are not aware of what is going to be created, you don't really display it. How can I explain it? Let's make it more concrete, plausible example. If Muhammad والسلام, have not seen the reality of existence, can he really, or could he really present the reality of existence to others? He must see it. And then, as a prophet, he must display it. Now, at the beginning of today's discussion, where Muawiyah was the first to join at the beginning, so he's very aware. We talked that the universe demonstrates about ghaib, which means when I look at the universe, the way it comes into existence, I understand the one who made it must mean this, because the universe speaks to me as far as I am concerned. My human feelings speak to me. And Quran, speech of the Creator, speaks to me according to my capacity. So I see in my capacity, if I have any kind of talent, I want to practice it. That is how I am using myself as an example. I want to practice it. That's my feeling, which is given to me in order to understand the reality of the universe. Who gave me this feeling? The one who created it. So I want to see what I can do so that I can display it to others, to show it, so that they can benefit and get to know me. But as a human being, I do it because, as Muawiyah said, I need to be known. I need to be known. But as far as the creator of the universe is concerned, I come to my side and say, the universe is created in order to, for me, to know him, who the creator, the owner of the universe is. So that, this is the key point I'm going to say, so that I will understand, universe is created, for, as far as I am concerned, that I should know who my creator is, because I am a part of this universe. I should become aware who my creator is, so that I will feel satisfied in my existence. I can communicate with through the universe and say that my creator, the owner of my existence, is the creator of the universe. So how can I worry about anything? So I can understand this. So after seeing how the universe is created, I can come to myself, apply it to my capacity, and understand that, oh, my creator is the one who is the absolute being. Look, because I studied the universe, looked at the universe, only an absolute being can create this. So my creator is absolute. That is how I display it within myself, the conclusion. So the universe is created in such a way that I will see it and I will practice it in my life. As far as the prophet is concerned, he will display it to others, but as far as I am concerned, I will display it to myself first, and as we are doing here, all of us, we are displaying what we understood from the creation to each other. Why? For example, if you understand something from this sentence or from this paragraph, if you excites you, I can ask this question to my friend, everybody, but specifically my friend, because he is really interested in understanding this, because he asked. I would say, if you understand my friend Muawiyah, and if you get excited, would you like to share your excitement with me? Oh, I understood like this and I feel more comfortable now. I am satisfied with it. Would you like to share it or not? Do you have this sense?
I do, yes. And
Yeah.
I think most people do.
Yes, exactly. If someone knows something, for example, you are, I don't know whether you have a train subway system in your city, but at least public transportation bus. You are in the bus. Let's assume that you are a doctor and there is a person who is about to die because of this heart problem. But you know that you can give superficial breathing, or what do they call it? There must be a technical word for it. Superficial, what is it? I don't know. Breathing. So making the some things on his chest and supporting the heart to work. Now you know how to do it, and this man is suffering from it. Ventilator. Thank you, Feria. Is it ventilator? Hey, Suhail, are you here? Maybe, may not be. I don't know. Is it called ventilator?
Yes, it is.
Ventilator, eh? I didn't know that. Oh, that's artificial, the ventilator. Thank you very much for both of you. Okay. Now, Wavia, you are the doctor, you know how to do it, and this man is going to die. Is there any way you can stop and say, come on, I don't know. Even your how do you say, station where you are going to get off comes there, will you just get off and forget about it, or stay in the train and help this man?
I'd stay in the train to help, naturally.
Yo, you can't. This not naturally the way you are created, Maviya. In order to understand your creator, all the senses are given to you and to me, in order to understand our creators. That is why our spirit is given to us to understand who our creator is. So in us, we want to learn it, we want to experience it, we have to see how powerful we are or not talented, how much we increased or improved our talent, and then practice it exactly. Both wants to see and display his beauty and perfection. That is what I have to understand. My conclusion, this universe is created by someone who wanted to display it and present it to me so that I will learn from it and I will display it in my life. So we have to read the Quran, the universe, my own feelings from my perspective, now not from creator's perspective. So creator is telling us, as the author says, in this way, I did this for this, I did this for this, for another purpose. I created the paradise for you, I created the hell for you. All of them are what? Inviting me to use my ability to see how horrible, hellish situation to deny creator. Why he mentions about hell so horrible? First of all, in denial, this horrible experience will take place in me. That is for me. That is for me. So Not that God is being proud of, I can do everything. I can really burn all of you, or I can put air. No, no, no, from God's perspective. He's speaking to me. I have to understand from my perspective. That is the summary of it. From my perspective, I want that God wanted, I say, well, I'm speaking now. God wanted to display the universe so that I will see it and I will practice it in my life. And I should also display whatever I understood to other people. We have to understand Miraj, Ascension, within this context. That is why Allah took Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam and show it so that he will see it, and then come to the earth. If you, I mean, practically speaking, I'm using this analogy, come to the earth and display it in his life by living by what he has concluded as a result of what he has seen, and spreading the message to others. That is what we have to understand. This language looks to the personality of Muhammad والسلام, and I have to apply it within my capacity to myself as well. I have to learn and display it to other people from the way the universe is created. So conclude about my creator. I can say my creator wants me to see what he has created and then display it in my life. Inshallah, it is somehow clear.
Jazakallah khair. It was very helpful. I think I understand the reason why it was created from our perspective, but from what I'm reading, he also mentions that he wants to see it with his own eyes, like so the king can see it with his own eyes. But doesn't the king know best himself how how much like wealth and power he has? Why does he need to see it himself? If and we can apply this to God. Why does God need to see his own creation, his own beauty, if God is all knowing?
Okay, I think, yeah, that's what we were discussing, Mavia.
Yeah. Now, you are saying uh, since he is all-knowing, how did you know that he is all-knowing?
I mean, I would reason that whoever created this world would naturally know all the ins and outs of it, right?
No, he must be all-knowing only after seeing his act of creation. Yeah, that is your conclusion. That is your conclusion.
Right.
Yeah, that is your conclusion. So what do you have to say? I concluded that not because he is all-knowing, I concluded from my observation of his act that he wants to see what is manifested there, which is called actually in the language of the Quran, it is called Allah. He says, I am Shahid, I am Mashhud. What does it mean? I am the one who sees, observer, witnesser, and also I am the one who is witnessed. What does it mean? When I look at the universe, now this is becoming a bit difficult for me to explain. When I look at the universe, I use my eye, I use my mind, I use my intellect, all my human qualities, and see that I use them and look at the universe from my side. What I looked at when I looked at the universe, what I concluded is the result of the process of my brain. Result of the process of my brain. So, do you think the one, the creator of my brain, doesn't see the brain and doesn't see what the brain concludes? So from there, the one who creates my brain is Shahid, what he has created. And what the brain sees and concludes is mashhud. The universe must have a creator. So the one who makes the brain knows what he is going to conclude also. Now, brain, the one who creates the brain is Shahid. What the brain concludes is mashhud. So we should understand that that is how the author of this text is saying, understand that God is Shahid, which he sees himself, and Mashhud, and also wants to be seen by others. So it is a very delicate subject, I understand, but it needs a lot of reflection on it. So within the context of this, the Quran, the universe, human side, and my conclusion.
Brother Lee, you muted yourself.
Yeah. So you understood that, God is saying, I am Shahid and also I am Meshud. What does it mean? When I say I looked at the universe and I say, I believe the creator of the universe must be an absolute being. Now, Quran says, interesting, no, you are not the believer, mu'min. I am the mu'min, believer. You know this verse, definitely you heard it. Wallahu alladhi la ilaha illahu el-Melik, el-Quddus, el-Mu'min, el-Salam, el-Mu'min, el-Muhaymin, Mu'min. God says, I am the Mu'min. When my friend Muawiyah says, I am a believer, I said, no, Muawiyah, it is not you who is the believer. God is the believer. What does it mean? What does it mean? The belief, the conclusion of your belief is also created by God. Both sides belong to God. So we say, Alhamdulillahilladhi ja'alana min al-mu'minin. But I say, even if you don't have any evidence for your belief, can you say that God made me a believer just because He created me as a believer, myself doing nothing? No. We will try to do something and get the conclusion, but the result is created by God. So the text is trying to tell us that, look, this Sultan represents, of course, God, isn't it? That is just an analogy. So when you have some conclusions within yourself, don't think that it is your conclusion. You made the attempt, God created it for you. You cannot own anything. You cannot be proud of your belief. You cannot go and tell God that, look, I believed, so I need to be rewarded. God says, no, reward is my mercy. Reward is my mercy. Because even while you are trying to understand the reality of creation and concluding that, understood, it indicates an absolute being. So I concluded that the universe must have an absolute being. This is my mercy to you because I gave this ability to you, and I know what your ability can do and ask for. I will create it for you. This kind of things must be understood in a summary from our perspective. Not if you think that God is all-knowing, so why he wants to know? He wants to see, as if God is in need of seeing it. He is speaking to me in a nutshell. He is speaking to me. You should know me in this way, and you should know your reality in this way. You cannot own anything by yourself. All the capacities I gave it to you, and I know what your capacities can do, can perform. That is what I have to know. The one who makes my brain knows also what my brain can conclude. Both of them. We should understand this. God is Shahid and God is Meshhud at the same time. God, but I don't know whether I should say this. God is Mu'min and God is Mu'man at the same time. The one who believes and the one who is believed at the same time. That's what this sentence is saying, as far as I understand.
Thank you. That really clarified it for me.
Alhamdulillah, thank you for this beautiful explanation. Thank you so much. So, for example, if I see, I can conclude about it. So, because I see the one who gave me the power of sight, he's must be able to see. So that is my conclusion as well. So it has to be from my perspective, right? So whoever gave me the ability to see must be able to see as well.
Whoever gave me the eye to see, the ability to see, himself must be able to see as well. But as a result of seeing what I saw, the one who created what I saw is also must be the one who is seeing what I saw. And what does it mean? What I saw, the absoluteness of the Creator's qualities manifested is there. The one who sees, the one who is seen is the same. Did I make sense? The one who sees, the one who's seen is the same. That is what he is telling me. The one who hears, the one who heard is the same. The one who thinks and the one who thought is the same. Carry on. Looks like I'm puzzled.
Faria, go ahead.
So when I see something, I witness the one who's seen and the one who's being who's making me see. Oh my goodness, wait. I thought I got it. The one who's seen. Okay, so when I see the one who's seen, the one who makes me see, and the one who I don't
The,
huh?
the one who sees and make you see, and the one what you have seen is also the same one, because what you have seen is his manifestation of qualities. It is the same thing, the same. The only thing is, we cannot say that God created the eye and now it is me who is seeing it. That is the gist of it. God created the reason, brain. Now it is me who is thinking. No, no. You are not the one who is thinking. You are the one who needs to see, think. You are the one who is in need of seeing, in need of hearing. From my side, neediness. From God's side, the giver. We know our Creator only through our neediness. That is why we discussed yesterday why God has chosen Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam as a candidate for Miraj, or as a prophet to become a messenger, because he is the one whose need represented so deeply, so large case. I need this, I need this, I need this, represented the needs of all humanity. And God said, okay, as we discussed this yesterday, God said, okay, then your cup is empty so that I can fill it. But if I don't feel the need in myself, I am hungry, I need food, I think. That's it. Then God says you cannot represent by infinite qualities. You see only, or you can only understand, I am the nourisher or provider of food. That's it. No, I need somebody. I need means somebody must be in need of everything that any human being can have it. So God, let's combine it to Ascension. God saw Muhammad, alayhi salatu wasalam, as a one who represents the needs of all humankind. He said, okay, I can take him, satisfy him by showing him what I can do, what I did, every details, teach him, and then send him back full, so that he can display to others. So God saw Muhammad as to be the perfect candidate to become a messenger, so that he took him, introduced all what he can do, and then sent him back in order to display it to others through Muhammad. Exactly, taking Muhammad and making him go through or travel all the universe, experience everything what God created, all the qualities, levels of qualities, details of the creation, where in the details of the creation, what qualities manifested there. That is why Nursi keeps saying that Ascension, Miraj, took place in Ahadiyya. It means in the uniqueness of the Creator manifesting itself in every and each being. It means going deeper and deeper and deeper details and realizing that which kind of quality is needed to create a particle, an atom, a cell in such a wonderful way, in unimaginable qualities there. And then demonstrates it and then send this back. So we see that God saw Muhammad to be the candidate for ascension and then send it back so that his perfection, his perfect qualities must be introduced to other people. So the other people should see him, enable other people to see him, God, to see God in manifest as a manifest in the manifested form of his act. So to see God's manifested qualities in the universe, so that these qualities must be seen, not because God needs it. He's explaining the wisdom of creation to me. And he's explaining what my duty is in this world. If it helps, inshallah, but a difficult subject. Difficult because we are not used to thinking in this way. We say God gave us the power and we are using God-given power. And this text and Miraj, the essence of Miraj tells us, no, God gave me the power, correct, and what I can do with the power is also from God, is God. Creating it is God. I am just needy. Of course, we don't see ourselves as needy. We see ourselves need of money, need of property, need of shelter, house, and car. Or this, we see the so simple worldly things as filling up our need lists. That is why it is hard to comprehend it. For me also, it is hard practically, but theoretically, I got this much, and I shared it with you. Not only I need the I need what I sees as well. Many dimensions, perspectives have this subject.
Does this build upon the Shahid and Mashhud concept, all these?
Yeah, Shahid and Meshud, Mu'min, and we believe in God, but God says, I am the Mu'min.
Yeah.
Now look at it, looks like contradiction. No, that is Ascension. Went and came back. What does it mean? Went as a needy, came back as full messenger. Knows everything because God taught him. Do you see what I mean? Going needy, coming full to present to others. His cup was empty as going, and through the journey, filled, and came back with a filled cup. Both of them, creating needy human being is God, the creator of the needy human being is God, filled the cup, it means the result of this journey, belief process, the result is also God's manifestation of his qualities. What we are doing, we are just presenting our needs in need of createdness. That is why we have to understand. I know time is very up, 11 minutes ahead. So when we say, İyyâke na'budu, what does it mean? We worship to you only. Only to you we worship, they say. You alone we worship. That is, forget about this. I worship nothing, nobody. And if I stop there, it is wrong. What I have to say, وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. Oh, and only from you I need help. What does it mean? In order to be a worshipper, I need you to create me as a worshipper. Do you see what I mean? The same miraj is going on in this text. The same miraj is going. İyyâke na'budu ve iyyâke nesta'in. We keep saying that the Quran is summarized in La ilaha illahu or illallah. What does it mean? La ilaha, I cannot do anything. Illallah, what I seem to be doing is what God is doing, creating. Understood? Miraj. If you say, Muawiyah, my friend, I love your question. I loved it. If you say La ilaha, stop there. No, you have to say illallah. If you say İyyâke na'budu, no, you have to say ve iyyâke nesta'in. Oh, in order to be worshipper of you, I need you. Yeah, if I say I am created, yes, after you are created, you need to be created as well. Don't worry. Because I am created and I am done. No, next moment you need to be created again. This subject is beautiful, although seems to be subtle. It is not subtle at all because we are not used to thinking our reality in this way. We have to train ourselves as we are trying to train here. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, thank you. So we have some food for thought. Bariha, go ahead.
Alhamdulillah, recognizing neediness is key step here. I mean, that was profound, what was shared about emptying your cup and then it gets filled. I feel that, I mean, it's a process. That's what we're training for with every opportunity, trying to empty the cup because the cup is getting a hard time emptying it, or it gets polluted with wrong stuff in it. And so I understand now this whole ascension journey. And I was wondering, is this ascension of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was it a one-time occurrence? And so it exemplified for the human being, this is what you should be striving for. And so within this process, that happens as in graduation from this universe, then that's the purpose of existence then. Because I'm just wondering, because it's gotta be a one-time process because it's so hard to just empty out that cup and like making sure it doesn't get polluted, so it gets filled with other things. And what I'm trying to say is like this should be the main mission, and within this, I mean, yeah, at least the way I see it is just, I mean, we could try it, and it may be just like a one-time occurrence, just like with the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, one-time occurrence.
This is just an example. One-time occurrence is example of the reality of what messengership is all about.
Okay, inshallah. Yeah, so thank you so much, everyone. We can stop here for today. So next time we will continue with as a consequence of this wisdom, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma alamtana innaka anta alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati surat al-Fatiha. Thank you, everyone. Salam